Only 4 kids from my high school got into Ivy League colleges, and 3 of them shared the same counselor. I don't think that's a coincidence, and I'm about to hop into this theory. So let's talk high school counselors. The majority of us hate our counselors. A few of us had really, really amazing counselors, and I had the best counselor at my school, and it was an amazing experience, especially compared to the other students at my school that had different counselors. We had one counselor that would go out of her way to write really personal letters of recommendation, and they make all the difference because she was the most successful counselor. She got promoted recently because of that success. So counselors are really, really important, and I think a lot of people underestimate that importance. So I want to explain to you why they're important and how to take advantage of that throughout your junior year, setting yourself up for success, and taking advantage of that in your senior year. All right, let's get started. Now, those representatives that are looking at your application for college may interact with anywhere from tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands to maybe millions of applications in that year. So, what's really important is how your school is communicated to them and in what manner you're communicated to them. What I mean is this. Although you submit your application directly to the college, there's also some kind of liaison relationship that the counselor serves between the two. For example, sending valid transcripts and, if you're lucky, a good letter of recommendation. And there's so many different aspects that can somewhat alter the perception of you to that school. For example, punctuality. Lots of people have counselors that send in their stuff at the last minute, and that stuff makes a difference if you really just think about how something like that would make you feel as a college reader. So you just think about all of that, and then you understand that counselors make those small, minute, detailed differences that help you get into these colleges versus not getting in. The counselor can market you. If a counselor really knows who you are, rather than sending that generic letter of rec that they send for everybody, it makes a massive difference. So it is important. Take my word for it. It makes all the difference. So now we're going to go into how you can take advantage of that situation and have your counselor work with your counselor in a way that you get a lot of benefit out of it. So the first thing you want to do is communicate with your counselor. Junior year especially, just leading up to that, let them know, ask them questions. You might feel a little awkward because you might be bothering them for the first time ever, because otherwise you usually only see them once or twice a year for schedule selections and changes. So really make sure they know you, and then don't be ashamed to just go up to them and ask them, hey, I need help with this, or hey, could you write me a letter of recommendation to go with everything else? Because every single one of these actions makes a difference in your college application, and just communicating with them will go a long way. I always like to give gifts to my teachers who I feel like are very valuable to me, and they help me out. So just keep all of that in mind. I can't really speak to what counselors do behind the scenes, but again, like I said at the beginning of the video, 4 people from my school got in Ivy Leagues. 3 of them shared the same counselor, and not the one that got in and didn't have that counselor was the only one that was fully expected to get into an Ivy League. Just keep that in mind, and I'll see you in the next video.